Well, this is my Outback. That's what I call this building I built last year. All the woods from the property. Cut the trees down, milled up the lumber. Sort of built it like a pole barn, but it's not sitting on a slab. But it's a little overbuilt. But it's my garden shed. Hoses the garden tractor, not. Come into my Outback, little tractor shed, pole barn. I've got a little more gravel to spread. We had finally got internet here, so we did some trenching. So you can sort of see in the video, I think we just got some more rain. So sort of what I'm waiting for is an additional rain to see if I have to add a little more gravel in the spots that I backfilled. It was a hard rain too, so it should probably won't get the really bulk of the settling until after winter, but it'd be nice to get most of it done. My sawmill, Wood Miser LT15. Actually, when I bought it for a combination of things. I've got lots of trees, and I figured it'd be good exercise. I don't use it as much as I did the first couple of years, but I still enjoy using it. I like building things, and since I have trees, I can cut my own lumber. But it's electric, 10 horse electric, which makes it really nice. As you can see, I've got it under cover. And then we go around to sort of my kitchen shed. We host pizza parties back here. Pizza oven I built. Well, this is a little covered area. This has been back here the longest. Been back here a long time. But a few years ago, I added a pizza oven. It's actually more of a baking oven. You wouldn't want to have to do a ton of pizzas in this. Well, we can do 6 to 8 pizzas, no problem. We normally don't cook more than 5, 6, depends how many people we have. But this was a fun build. I studied this one on the internet over the winter and built it. It took a couple months to build in the summer. Went pretty quick. The gazebo gets a lot more use than I thought it would. When we first built it, it didn't get a lot. Kept adding things. Matter of fact, that back bar I added this year. It's a great spot for all the food. Then we come over to my caboose. This is built mainly with my lumber. It's actually I had a travel trailer back here and couldn't sell it. Found out it had a little more water damage than I wanted. I was only going to sell it so I could buy a new frame to build on a new frame. So what I did is I gutted it. Gutted it all the way down to the metal frame, and I put some beams on it underneath, wood beams. I think there's 4 or 5 beams that hold everything up. They're like 4 by 8 beams, so it ain't going anywhere. Just finished the railing just a little while ago. But this was another fun build. It took me, I guess it's done. It took me, I don't know if you'll even be able to see in it. Probably won't be able to see that well today. It's actually wired for lights, but I don't have it plugged in right now. But I'll walk in anyways. Ash from our property. Even made the table, nothing fancy, just something simple. Little bench. The goal is to start renting it out next year. Get a lot of tourists up here in the summertime. Can't really see, but got a little bit of a balcony there, a little place to sleep up there. And in the back, got a couple bunk beds. I wish I had it plugged in. I'll have to redo this video. Coming back out. I call this place the Outback because I didn't live back here when I started all this. It's on the back of my property. But I started doing more and more knowing I was going to move back here. Didn't know it was going to take 15 years, but we just built 2 years ago. There's my solar kiln. I actually got it running right now. Got a load of pine in there. That's a drying shed for air drying. I've got some wood over there air drying too, miscellaneous things under cover. Yeah, this is, I call my Outback. Matter of fact, here's my wood storage. I just built that this spring. That was a project that I didn't want to spend any money on. It was only stuff off my stuff I had. So I had to cut some wood, some posts, had some tar paper, some rolled heavy tar paper that we put on the roof. This basically is, most of that wood is actually for the fire pit, or I mean for the pizza oven, but we use some of it for the fire pit. Of course, the fire pit. A couple homemade benches. I need to make a couple smaller new ones for where these logs sit, but that's next year's project. We're all pines here, so I'm actually in the process of clearing myself a little extra area back there. Might move the solar kiln back a little bit, and this little metal building needs to stay right where it is. It's being in the power line, it gets a lot of breeze, so the wood in it here dries pretty good. So I don't have a lot of wood in it, but solar kiln, yeah, it's probably half full. Yeah, maybe not even half full, but I don't know if over on this mic you can hear the fan or not. I built the solar kiln. The only negative with the solar kiln was the wood didn't dry out enough, so I do have some inside. You can see where a lot of sap has leaked out due to all the heat, but it doesn't really matter. It does its job. It doesn't dry wood real fast, but that's fine. It can dry it down. He'll dry it down enough where another week or so I'll turn her off and open the back door, and it'll be done for the winter. But matter of fact, it's the first time I used it all season. Generally, what I do is when I start cutting wood, I don't cut all the time. I stack it up under here, and when I get enough, I move it into the kiln. This was the stuff I cut up after I moved the lumber that's in the kiln. I used to have more setups in here for more lumber to sit on, and I need to redo this again so I can bring wood in from both ends. I just got stuff in here that needs to find a home. And like I said, there's my open area. Not real big. I haven't laid it all out yet. I think I know what I want to do, and I am gonna, once we get the rest of the trees down, I'll spread the topsoil and plant it. Just something I can mow. There could be a place for tractor stuff, the snow blower and all that. Well, that's about it today. I just wanted to give a little show of my Outback, my little fun area.